Yo, what's up everybody? Panick23 here, coming at you with another video, this time featuring Defense Deoxys, Pelipper, and Tropius. That's right, the famous duo of Pelipper and Tropius are back in GBL Remix Cup. Now in this video, I'm going to be shoutcasting two sets that I had success with this team, and in this stream that I use this team helped me climb over 100 points to the high 2700s. So if you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Without further ado, let's go ahead and jump into the video. These battles will be sped up per usual. Coming up against my first opponent here is a Defense Deoxys mirror. Now I'm going to be running Psycho Boost Thunderbolt. The main reason for Psycho Boost is to be able to chip and dip, therefore throwing a charge move and switching into Pelipper. It's really important to draw out the Bastiodon in the back, and Thunderbolt will be used for the steals like Basti and Registeel. Now this team does struggle a little bit with Altaria, and I'm not sure if I have an Altaria battle in here, but I have gotten around. Now when my opponent lets it go, I do like to sometimes shield, sometimes not, but because this is Rock Slide, I can't outpace them, so I'm going to end up letting, I shield, interesting, and I'm going to try and farm down and just get to it, and just in case there is a Charmer in the back, I'll be able to hit them with a charge move here. Now when there's DD in the lead, it's kind of tough to know if there's a Basti in the back. Typically there's not when a DD lead. A lot of the time it's double charm, so that's why it's kind of safe to swap out. And thankfully for me, they bring in their Melmetal, which is really nice. I think in this set I run Razor Leaf on the Tropius. However, after this set, I believe I changed it to Air Slash for better coverage against Shadow Vic and other grasses, and as well as fighters. There's a lot of Metacham in Remix Cup, so I do bring in the Tropius. We're gonna find out what's in the back. I don't quite remember. I don't know how I win this game. I tried to catch. Oh, there was some stutter lag, and I end up farming down. And it's the A9, it's the A9, and the A9 comes back out, and I'm able to hit it with a Psycho Boost, which is actually huge. They don't shield, knowing that I have the charge move, and I end up just farming down. So kind of a crazy end to that game. I think the stutter lag helped me in the end, because my opponent couldn't throw a charge move, and I ended up countering down, but sometimes that just happens. Alright, here's the Altaria lead. Let's see if I'm able to get out of this one. Shiny Altaria, 1474. So I like to look at the CP, kind of helps you determine whether the opponent has good PvP IVs or not. 1474 is kind of far from 1500, so this is not a good IV Altaria. And they're obviously using it as a shiny flex. So I do land a Thunderbolt in here. I'm going to farm up a little bit, and I'm going to take this move. And then I believe I'm going to Psycho Boost. I'm almost at 2, which is nice. I can use that later. And I'm gonna swap out here. So if you haven't checked out my open GBL video where I use G-Fisk, Pelipper, Tropius, you should definitely go ahead and check that out. I'm gonna link it down in the description, but it's typically the same idea. You chip and dip using the DD to throw Psycho Boost, and then try and draw out the Basti in the back. So my opponent brings in the Golbat, which is nice. I cannot have this on my Tropius, so I am going to shield, and I'm going to throw the Weather Ball. If they shield, I could be in a big problem, but they bring in their Metacham, and this is where Air Slash would really help. I think I'm running Razor Leaf here. At this point, I'm just fine with getting farmed down. I want to be able to use the DD as a sack. If I swap right into the Tropius, then they'll be able to, I won't be able to use it as a sack. I tried to catch the Ice Punch, but unfortunately I get the Psycho Boost off, and then I think I eat an Ice Punch here, and I think I die. Yeah, really close game. I did try and catch, which actually was the wrong play. I could have just Razor Leaf down, let the Tropius go, and then Psycho Boost the Medicham. So really close game, a little bit of a misplay on my part. Definitely could have been a win if I played that a little better and didn't try to sack. Another DD lead. DD is very popular in GBL Remix right now, along with Double Charm. So I'm trying to sneak in a fast move. Unfortunately, my opponent denies it. And if you don't know how to sneak in a move, basically you let your opponent throw first. And as you can see, when I throw, an extra counter comes through. You can see I'm in the yellow and they weren't. So I'm going to go for CMP here. I guess it's not CMP since they have an extra one. And I think I might play this one a little bit better. I think I might shield here because they're also running Thunderbolt. Yeah, and then from here I can farm down. It's important to recognize that it could be Double Charm in the back, so it is fine to burn a shield here, and I can get a Psycho Boost, and then I can store a second one. I think I'd probably go right to Pelipper here, yeah. Hoping they stay in. They throw. I can't shield this because if I shield, I'll get charmed down, and then my Tropius will get KO'd from the Weather Ball. So I'm expecting Wiggly in the back. It's typically what it is. I think I come back into DD here and throw the Psycho Boost to draw the last shield or KO. They decide not to shield, which is nice, and it is a Whisk Cash. Kind of a weird team comp, so this is where Razor Leaf helps me. My opponent farms up to Blizzard, and my only lose condition is that I let a Blizzard through, so I'm just going to burn my last shield and Razor Leaf down. Man, I can only imagine if I tried to flex on him by not shielding, I would have gotten destroyed. Yeah, so here you can see I switched to my Air Slash Tropius. Even though it helped me win that last match, but I think I win it regardless. So another A9 lead. A9 is another popular lead, so DD, A9, Basti, Shadow Vic, they're all quite popular. I decided to shield this one, yeah. They swap into Jelly. I Thunderbolt, draw the shield. I think I go Tropius. Tropius makes the most sense. You can live in Ice Beam. And you can't get farmed down because they're running Bubble. As you can see, I take that fairly well, and I can't get Bubble down. So they don't shield here. It's nice. And I'm gonna lose CMP on the Jelly, so at this point they're out of energy. I'm gonna let the Leaf Blade go. I do not want to burn my last shield. 2, 3, 4, 5. I get a really nice farm down. They die just a turn too late with the Shadow Ball, so it is a Scrafty in the back. It's safer to go Weather Ball in this play. Hurricane would KO, but if it gets shielded, you're kind of in a tough spot. So I just throw Weather Balls, which is nice, and they don't shield, which is really nice, and they might have stopped tapping there. Yeah, so they quit. So I make an aggressive swap into DD to counter down to keep my Pelipper healthy and not have to shield. But they top left it anyways, so at this point I'm 3-1. I want to give a big shout out to my local Ed, also known as Vegito, for recommending this team in our local group. And as soon as I saw the famous core, I knew I had to bust it out. So here, just gonna quickly TM my Deoxys actually, which I think is a mistake. And then I realized that I need the Thunderbolt for the steel types from someone in chat. I think Liquid Ken, so shout out to Liquid Ken, another Twitch streamer. And then I quickly changed it back. So a little commercial break here. Let's see if I can skip ahead. There we go. Yeah, so someone I think was like, what are you getting with T-Bolt? And I was like, not too much. I guess Rock Slide would be better because I'm struggling with Altaria. And then Liquid Glen is like, nah, you need T-Bolt for the steals. And I was like, oh yeah, that makes a lot of sense. All right, Wiggly, there's a lot of charm running around in Remix, which I don't mind. Make a fast swap into the Tropius. And I really don't want to get an Ice Beam because they're running Hex, so we'll be farmed down. And neither of my Pokemon want to see this. Shields down. And they are running Shadow Ball, which is kind of crazy. And at this point, I'm just trying to get some extra energy for Wiggly. I'm fine with eating a Shadow Ball here. I want to be able to throw into the Wiggly. And here I realize I can farm down, so just commit. And this is just a Bubble Beam. I don't quite know what could be in the back at this point. I think if I remember, it's double Ghost. I could make an aggressive swap into Pelipper here, but then I would get my DD matched up against the Ghost, which wouldn't be good. So I'm just gonna let my Tropius go down. I am debuffed, which is unfortunate. I reached the 3rd Leaf Blade, which is really nice. And I might even commit to the counter down here by DD. Let's see. Yep, get a lot of energy on the DD. And it ends up being a Medicham. So I have a lot of energy. I'm gonna throw one Psycho Boost. They end up shielding, which is really nice for me. And at this point I could just Hurricane. I wonder what they were expecting in the back, that they would shield a Psycho Boost. It doesn't do a whole lot. And I end up no shielding because even a Psychic wouldn't KO me. And I thought that I had, if I need to, I could shield the DD. But really nice battles there, showcasing this team. Definitely a lot of fun. I'm very comfortable with the Pelipper and Tropius core, which contributed a lot to the success. And I'm just gonna show the elo, so go from 2666 to 2706. I'm gonna reset my app. If you don't do that in between sets, I highly recommend. Kind of helps with the lag, I feel. It is like preference, but here's the Altaria. Let's see if I can get out of this one. It's currently a 4-1 with the team. I don't want to spoil it, but I'll tell you after. I end up shielding because I have to keep this healthy. I like to let the Altaria throw against me, because if I Psycho Boost, then they end up farming me down, or trying to farm down. And I'm going to play it the same exact way as the previous Altaria lead. I'm going to Psycho Boost and dip. This time they shield. I'm going to throw Weather Ball because I want them to stay. I missed a bubble, which is quite unfortunate. And they swap out. They are just short of the move. It's 15 turns to Sky Attack, 12 to Weather Ball. They bring in their Gengar, which is really nice for me. And at this point, I'm just gonna sack my Pelipper. It's done a great job. It's finished off the Altaria and takes out the Gengar. I don't want to show the Tropius here. Oh, I do go into the Tropius. Okay. I think I was afraid of getting Shadow Claw down, and it is a Vigoroth in the back, which is really nice for me. I do just have to watch out for the sack. I remember this. They end up sacking. I click the charge move, but it doesn't go through, so really nice for me, unfortunate for the opponent. I don't think the catch flips anything. but would have been a really nice sack. As you can see, I charged up a bunch of energy waiting for the sack. But my opponent just timed it very nice, just at a random time. And luckily for me, didn't go through. So if you only click that charge move once on the switch, sometimes the game cancels it out. If you spam the charge move, that's when you get locked into on the sack. So I recommend not spamming the charge move. So I went up 40 points from 2,666 to 2,706. So Metacham lead, this is really nice for me. They throw right away. They fake the Ice Punch, but build to the pup. They get a free counter. Since I have two answers in the back and Metacham is normally paired with Basti, I have to draw it out. So here comes Pelipper and a fast swap into their Basti. With proper timing on your charge moves and not allowing your opponent to sneak in any smackdowns, you're actually able to draw a shield here for the most part. Doesn't look like I'm going to be able to. I am trying to sync my charge moves with their fast moves, and this Bastiodon maybe had like 15 attack, because normally I would get to it, but they were also very, very quick on the swap, so kudos to them. So with Metacham, Basti, a typical Pokemon in the middle is Sableye, so I do need to save my shields, and here I can almost commit to the farm down. Unfortunately, I cannot. I'm gonna let it go because I know I barely survive. I'm gonna counter down. They make an aggressive swap into the Metacham. I'm gonna throw the Psycho Boost here and then dip out, and I will be able to farm this down. They are locked down. This should be a pup. Yep, and probably gonna see the Sableye. I do need to look out for the swap. Oh, so it's a Charm A9, and at this point I think that I'm in trouble. It's really important with Charm to not allow any to sneak through, so fast move denial is really key. I try to sync up here, throw it back to back. I'm going to do one more fast move. I don't like to go back to back, and they end up catching, which is an insane play. And I think I die with 2 shields, so really nicely played by my opponent on that catch. I also overfarmed. I ended up catching, which really, really stinks. So that time the game decided to throw my charge move for whatever reason. Here we're gonna play Eevee, and they did come in to chat afterwards and say GG, which is always cool to see. So we got a Mawile lead. I go for the Thunderbolt. The opponent's always shield. I'm gonna go for the Psycho Boost. I CMP tie. And if I'm not mistaken, this is a play rough, which KOs me, which is really unfortunate. I'm going to go for the aggressive farm down here. They decide to stay in for a little bit. Let me get some extra energy. I go for the Hurricane. I have no idea why. Okay, it ends up working out. And now I go into Tropius to farm down since they're locked in. Energy on Tropius versus Charmers is really, really nice. It's very thick. They come back in Mawile. I try to throw the Leaf Blade for whatever reason. I could have farmed down, but I'm just taking too much damage, and at this point I'm kind of thinking about what could be in the back, and I chicken out. I easily could have farmed down here. This might cost me the match. Let's see. It ends up being a Whimsicott, and I can't get to the area, so I throw the Leaf Blade. If I had just farmed that Mawile down, would have been in a way better spot. And I'm praying one more charm KOs me. I'm praying that this Weather Ball KOs with the super effective wing attacks. That might be enough, and it barely is enough to KO that Whimsicott. I'm trying my best to 2 shield flex on him. That's our second one. We ended up winning that one. Double charm in the back, super tough. kind of crazy. You can win games by just tapping your screen. Got another A9 lead. Let's see if it's Charm or A9. It seems to always be Charm. 4, 5, 6, 7. Doesn't look like a Charm snuck through, so it is 6 to the first weather ball, 5 to the next. I end up shielding. Not quite sure why, because I want to offload some energy. It's a Basti in the back. You're gonna see me swap out here. I do put it in weather ball range, which is nice. And I throw the weather ball here to KO. Do they shield this? They shield this, which is really unfortunate. I don't know that I want to cough up my last shield. I think I can make an aggressive farm down here with DD, would probably be my guess. Farm down is really nice because once again I get Psycho Boost and dip. It's a Medicham in the back. I'm gonna farm up to 2. My switch clock is up, so I'm gonna throw Psycho Boost here and then dip out into Tropius. Politoed could no Blizzard. I'm really scared. It tells me on their Medicham they're not running Ice Punch. You can see I know that I'm gonna CMP tie, so I try to sneak the extra through. I'm gonna throw one more Air Slash and then KO this thing. I do not want to eat a Blizzard, just in case it's still running it. Would have been a really nice bait. Didn't want to get too confident. Since my DD is very, very low, I burn my last shield. And Leaf Blade plus the Air Slash should be enough. They are running Ice Punch, which is kind of strange. I do go for the Aerial Ace to KO. And that's going to be a GG. And I did still have the Psycho Boost on the DD. Just in case. So here I'm 3-1. I'm gonna push for that 4-1. So I really like when they throw on the DD because then I can Psycho Boost and dip out knowing that they're energy dry. Ice Punch against the Pelipper will sting a little bit. You can see that I'm thinking about going for the Hurricane. You can see I'm trying to sync up my wing attacks to their charm so I don't eat an extra one. And they let it go through. I go for the back-to-back, which I don't typically recommend since they got the charm through. But it would have been close if I would have died if they snuck one through on the first one without me knowing, which is totally possible. I cannot farm this down, so I go into my Tropius and I'm gonna leave. Nope, I'm gonna Air Slash down. Some energy. So we see Medicham, and here's the double Charmer. As you can see in Remix Cup, double charm is very, very, very prominent. So I throw one more Air Slash to not go back to back. Hopefully they didn't sneak one through. They shield, which is nice. And I have 2 win conditions here. The first one is to KO Medicham completely and then just sweep with the DD. The second is to let the DD go, Air Slash down the Medicham, and then Leaf Blade the Wigglytuff. I think I just play it safe here. And I get to the Psycho Boost, which is nice. You saw me wait a little bit, so I didn't throw the Psycho Boost right away. That's because I wanted to maximize my damage I was doing with counter. If I throw the Psycho Boost, I debuff my attack, and then my counters do less. So that's why I waited to the very end, until I thought I was going to get KO'd. If you want to see something cool, I don't actually realize it at the time. Let me see if I can show you. But this ends up being a Hundo Amoga, which is kind of sick. So yeah, really awesome team. Thank you, Vegito, aka Ed, for the recommendation. I did go 4-1 again after this set, and then finally with a 2-3 at the end of the stream, I did catch some unlucky team comps, and I misplayed one. So overall, 4-1, 4-1, 4-1, 2-3 with this team. Highly recommend it. I really hope you enjoy the battles. Thank you so much for the support. Special shout out to Boygos for the edit. And if you enjoyed this content, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. And I'll see you in the next one. Take it easy. Peace.